Alright, I'll continue with algebraic process, quadratic equations. This time around we are going to continue with equations with irrational roots, and we are going to make use of perfect square, the use of perfect square method. Remember what irrational root is? Or irrational roots are roots that you cannot find their perfect square. But in these examples that I'll be giving are the ones that we can get their perfect square. But there are examples that can be given, or exercises that can be given without you finding without them having their perfect square. Now let's take for example. Remember, we've used a factorization method. This time around, we are going to use the perfect square method. An example 1. We have x minus 6 all squared is equal to 36. Now what are the two values of x when it is given as this? You don't need to, whenever you see questions come as this, you don't need to use factorization method. You make use of the perfect square. Alright, we have x minus 6 squared is equal to 36. Now, to take care of the square, we introduce square root so that for both sides, whatever I do to the left hand side, I do to the right hand side. And then, whenever I introduce a square root here, you must introduce also your plus and minus sign. So the square will cancel the square root, and we are left with x minus 6 is equal to plus or minus. What is the root of 36? We all know the root of 36 is 6. So that means the two values of x will now be x minus 6 is equal to, we say plus or minus, plus 6, or x minus 6 is equal to minus 6. Okay, so now from here we have x is equal to 6. I don't need to put the plus. Whenever you have plus, this is still positive 6 or plus 6. When minus 6 is moving over, it becomes plus 6. So x is equal to 12. Or we have x is equal to, this is minus 6. Minus 6 moving over, it becomes plus 6. So x is equal to 0. So it now means that the two values of x are x is equal to 12 or 0. Okay, you can also be giving a fraction as example. You can be giving decimal. You can be giving fraction and decimal fraction as well. This time let me do that of a mixed fraction. Okay, x plus 1 whole number 1 over 4 all squared is equal to 1 whole number 9 over 16. Now the first thing you're going to do here is to turn your mixed fraction to an improper fraction. We have x plus 5 over 4 all squared is equal to 25 over 16. Just as you did the previous one, we are going to square root both sides. Okay, square root both sides. Introduce plus or minus here. The square will cancel the square root, so we are left with x plus 5 over 4 is equal to plus or minus. What is the square root of 25? 5. But the square root of 16 is 4. It then means that x plus 5 over 4 is equal to plus 5 over 4, or x plus 5 over 4 is equal to minus 5 over 4. So what we have is x is equal to 5 over 4 plus moving over minus 5 over 4. X is equal to 0, or x is equal to minus 5 over 4 minus 5 over 4. When this one moves over, it becomes minus. So we have x is equal to 10 over 4. minus 5 is minus 10. Okay, so now we have minus 10 over 4. Reduce the fraction, becomes 5 over 2. Remember your negative sign. So it then means that the two values of x here is 0 and minus 5 over 2. Okay, this is the way we make use of a perfect square method to solve quadratic equations. And the equations, whenever you look at your equation and come in this form, you make use of your perfect square.